Welcome into the REKAP Rush Hour for Friday. It is March 14th, 2025. I'm David Kaplan. It's brought to you by our great partners at the Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. They are the official truck partner of the Chicago Bears. One more day here in paradise on vacation and then back home just in time for the Bulls, who are playing really good basketball. We'll get to them in just a minute, but here's the latest news courtesy of the Chicago Sun-Times, and I just made a couple calls, and I don't think it's going to matter, but here's what they're reporting today. In a Hail Mary attempt to keep the Bears in the city of Chicago, developers of the old Michael Reese hospital site are going public with their dazzling plan, Patrick Finley writes, to build a Bronzeville Stadium and an adjacent mixed-use development with a great lawn extending over DuSable Lakeshore Drive all the way to Lake Michigan, again, according to the Chicago Sun-Times. Do I think that's going to work? I do not. Do I think that would be a good decision to go there? It would not. In addition, the developers are saying, yeah, we don't have any of the financing for the $3.2 billion stadium or the $600 million that they would need to develop that site to be able to properly build on it. That's almost $4 billion. Not going to happen. They're headed to Arlington Heights. I've said that from day one. That's where they should go. That's where most fans want them to go. And that's where I believe they will end up building a palace, a great stadium. And let's hope with Ben Johnson and Ryan Poles cooking in free agency and Caleb Williams hopefully developing, that they'll be putting a real high quality football team at Arlington Heights sooner rather than later. All right, let's get into the rest of the day in sports. We'll start with our Anken Law question of the day. 3126 million for the best personal injury attorney in Chicago. My guy, Howard Anken, AnkenLaw.com. With March Madness now here, opening day in baseball is right around the corner. You've got the weather starting to turn. It may not be like this here, but it's coming. The Masters is around the corner, the Kentucky Derby, and of course, NBA and NHL playoffs. Is this the best time on the sports calendar? And if not, what is? Best response? You will get yourself a gift card to go to Lou Malnati's for the best pizza in the world. Get that chocolate chip cookie pizza for dessert. Thank me later and go to LouMalnati's.com for a location near you. All right, let's start on the hardwood with the Bulls, who are riding a hot streak. Winners of 4 straight heading into tonight's action. They're on the road for a season-long 6-game road trip this weekend. And the big question is whether Josh Giddey returns from his sprained right ankle. Again, the Bulls tip off on Saturday, 7 p.m. on CHSN. Fingers crossed we see the Aussie back on the court because he has been outstanding. And you got to give Arturas Karnisovas credit. That looks like a hell of a trade for Alex Caruso. Over on the ice, Blackhawks in Nashville tonight facing off against the Predators at 7. Also on CHSN, and you can stream all their coverage. Baseball's around the corner. Go to CHSN.com to sign up. Hawks looking to snap a skid after a tough stretch. All eyes on their young core if they could turn things around against a really good Preds squad. Blackhawks Countdown Live with Pat Boyle starts the coverage at 6:30. In college hoops, tournament time, Loyola battling the St. Louis Billikens today. Iowa has fired Fran McCaffrey after 15 seasons as the head coach of the Hawkeyes. He's the winningest coach in school history. And on the diamond, Cubs in Japan, they'll play the Hanshin Tigers tonight in exhibition action. They get the Dodgers for 2 real games next week. Of course, we'll have recaps for you when those games go final. White Sox sorting out their roster sent Colson Montgomery to the minors. They play the Reds today. And finally, the Bears have extended Jonah Jackson and guaranteed him more money. We'll see what they do now with Joe Thuney. It sounds like they're working on an extension in the coming days. Have a great rest of your day. Hope you had a really good week. Back in the studio tomorrow night. Take that.